Well, hello everybody. My friend Dan from work asked me a couple of weeks ago how difficult it is to install a DCC sound decoder. And I told him it's very simple. And I figured I would make him a video because see just how easy it can be in some of these engines. Here we have it's an On30 outside frame 440 made by Bachmann. I got this actually from Facebook On30 yard sale about a month ago. I don't even need the engine for this, I just need the tender. I'll set that over here. Take this puppy out of the box. If I can, there we go. So, see, it comes with all these extra spare parts. Set those over here for now. Those out of the way. Here we have a tender. Bachmann has, I like the way they do this, in the tender here is the brains of the locomotive, if you will. If I can get this cold load off. Yeah. So, these come DCC equipped. That's your decoder. Here, your DCC decoder, and it just plugs in right here. You can see that little plug right there, a little 8-pin NMRA plug. Everything is NMRA standard, which makes things a little easier. What's going to make this easier for us is if I disassemble it, which is also very simple. Alright. So now this just out like that. Then you probably can't see it, but right there's a little 1 on that, and then you have a 1 right there, so you know you got it in the right way. Now, one of the things I found with these engines, because I'm going to put a WOWSound decoder in here. I like their sounds the best, and they're very easy to deal with. So here we have it. It's your decoder with your sound already in it. It's well, let's see here, it's an inch, just over 1.25 inches long by not quite 3/4 of an inch wide. And then this is a little what they call a KeepAlive. Allows the engine not to stall going over dirty track, what have you. So, works quite well. Alright. So now what we have to do here is just loosen this up, because I got to be able to put the speaker in there. Take these screws out. allows me a little bit of space. Here we have a little Soundtrax 1-inch speaker. It sets right in there like that. Yeah, that works pretty good. Can I use this? Can and I will. Alright. Speaker out. I'm going to use one of these little gaskets here. Haven't used these before, but I'm going to this time. They're adhesive on both sides. Yeah. There. Now I put that in here. Let's test fit this again. Yeah. Just like that. This will go just like that. And then the cover will go on top. Perfect. Yeah. Alright, so now coming out of this plugs into one end of the decoder here. The purple wires go to your speaker. And you have these three wires here. Alright, so you have these blue, brown, pink, and tan, it says. Oh, that's for the cam, that's what it is. Alright, so I'm not going to use a cam on the wheel. So, to save us some space and make things a little easier, I'm just going to cut these three wires off. There. Alright. Now, also to make this easier, because that little 8-pin jobby they have, we're going to just use this. This is a little plugged into the decoder, and that just goes into the 8-pin connection here. And just to make sure it's wired the same, just to be sure. So number 4 should be, number 1 is orange. Yeah, so it's going to go in there, just like that. This purple wire here we're not going to use. Just double check that to be sure. Purple. And violet. No, we're not going to use that, so we're going to cut that off as well. That would be if you wanted other lighting outputs, or like a firebox flicker or something along those lines, which we're not going to do. Alright. And if I take that off, I don't even know if I need that. I don't remember if I've kept this on previous installations or not. Yep, you got it. Because that's your whole speaker baffle there, or not baffle, but the mount. So you got to kind of keep that right where it is. So I'll take the speaker. I'm going to peel off this other edge of this gasket, maybe, if I can. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't want to. Alright. Cursed out a little bit, decided it wanted to work with me here. So let's set that in place like so. Now that gives it a nice airtight seal, which they say is somewhat important. I really don't know that much about audio, but that's what they say is important. I'm also debating on whether or not I even want to bother with this little thing here. This just is supposed to help with the sound. It's a baffle. Baffle. I think baffle is the right word for it. Let me look at my little parts box here and see if I can find something. Hold on. Alright. Couldn't find what I was looking for. Probably don't need it anyways. Ooh, that's a brand new one here. There. Take this. Put a little bit of this glue right around in here. Here again, the idea is to keep the sound pressure going down through the floor of the tender. Put that on there. I'll take it, stick it right in there like that. Let that set up. Alright. So now what we have to do is we have to take this. I'm going to take these purple wires. I'm going to cut them in half. I don't need all that. Alright. The idea here is just to lessen the amount of wire we have to stuff inside this. The other thing that I did on the last 440 I did that seemed to work out pretty well is you got these two lugs here that don't really do anything. So I just kind of snapped them off. And do that without breaking anything or breaking myself. There we go. There. Get rid of those. Just gives you a little more room to fit everything down inside there. Alright. That's done. Is this dry yet? Nope, not yet. Dry this off a little bit. Not sticking to everything. Alright, so that's the decoder we don't need. So this, we know, is your actual decoder. This gets plugged in like that. And then this, just make sure I have this right. We decided that the orange wire is wire 1. That's wire 1 there. So that just plugs into there. That's really all you need to make the engine move. So the only soldering I have to do is these two wires to the speaker. There you go. Alright. Twist these up nice. Like so. Now I had myself a roll of solder. Perfect. Tin these up real quick. Not really the effect I was going for. That's better. That's better. Come on. I think I had it turned down too low. There. Beautiful. Alright. Now this should be dry. So we're going to just poke those little wires down through those holes. Too much solder. One thing I am not very skilled at is soldering. Of course, now that it's on my brand new. Yeah. All right. Alright, now with those tucked down through there, let's see here, polarity on speakers doesn't matter much. Just want to hold these wires out of the way so I don't melt them. Take this little area here. That. There. That one's in. this one. These solder pads on the speaker come pre-tinned. So you're just going to melt it up a little bit. And yeah, that's done. That's all the soldering that it takes. Pretty simple. Let's just make sure this is going to fit okay. Stick it all together here. Yeah. That'll fit nicely, just like that. Perfect. Alright. Take this. Let me see here how I want to do this. Fortunately, the way this is, I'm not going to be able to get it all the way around, but we'll get most of it anyways. That. Stick it in there like that. Let it sit. There. Perfect. Or close to perfect anyways. So now that's installed, we're just going to double check that these screws here, we're going to put this, stop bending those wires, like that. I won't tighten it right down because, as you can see, it's going to be at an angle. I don't want to break the circuit board, but so there's that. So now, triple check this. Make sure that orange wire is number 1. Yep. Which makes the black wire number 4. Yep. So that goes in there. Just like that. This little guy goes into this end of the decoder. You can see that. See it all right? Goes in right there. Push it in until it snaps. You might need to use a screwdriver. There. And put the tender back together, and we should be good to go. So this went in there like that. That goes like that. Take the screws. There. Now I'll just take a little look in there. Make sure nothing's pinched funny. Slide these wires down. Slide that decoder down in there like that. Put this cheap looking coal load back on here. Done. So now next is programming and making sure it runs.